Hello everybody, my name is Tim Johnson and I'm an aspiring filmmaker and DP here in the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Basically I just want to make a video to explain the battery solution that I figured out for my Sony A7s. As many of you probably know, especially those of you who have worked with the A7s, the battery life on it is pretty terrible. Usually you'll get about an hour's worth of battery life for shooting or going through menus or anything else. It doesn't really seem to matter, at least in my experience, what you're doing with it. You'll get about an hour's worth of life. So there are lots of different solutions that you could rig up. Some people like to use the big V-mount batteries and that'll give you power for days. Some people just buy a ton of the Sony batteries. The solution that I've figured out, and I've kind of copied what other people have done and then also figured out a solution on my own. There's actually two solutions that I have. One is on the camera right now. This is an external battery that actually is more designed to power a laptop or charge your cell phone in an emergency. It'll give you a bit of power for that. And this one in particular, which is made by XT Power, I believe it's had several brands attached to it. This has a capacity of 10,000 milliamp hours, so it's about 10 times the capacity of the stock Sony batteries that come with the A7s. I, in the past, have used a battery made by Anker, A-N-K-E-R, the link is in the description, but that had a capacity of 20,000 milliamp hours, and that would basically charge or power the battery for an entire day of shooting, plus some. So that was a great solution as far as capacity, but it was a huge battery in terms of, you know, what I wanted to fit on this cage. I had actually made a different cage when I first was trying to figure out the whole battery thing. I made this one, kind of modifying some plans and designs that other people have done for DIY cages. Basically it's a couple of bicycle hand grips attached to PVC pipes, and then a couple of bars going across, and then this plate which has Velcro, industrial strength Velcro attached, and I would stick the battery under here, and then my camera would sit on this quick release. And this worked pretty well for what it did. I shot some weddings with it and other projects, but it doesn't look very professional, and in fact it looks kind of dangerous. So it served its purpose, but I wanted something a little bit more polished. So I knew I still needed a cage of some kind, so I found this one here, made by F. Hugen. It's a Chinese brand. You can buy it on eBay for about 180 bucks. But it's got a lot of different mounting ports and different things that you can do with it, and it fits the A7s really well. So what I did is I took my new battery, the one by XT Power, and attached Velcro, again, to the bottom, and that allows me to mount it really securely on top of here. It's not going to move at all. And then you just plug a cable into the front and run it down to a dummy battery, an AC adapter, which you can get for about $20 on Amazon. Just run that AC adapter into the camera, and it just thinks that there's a battery connected, and it powers right on. Well, one thing that bummed me out was that I had all these Canon batteries lying around. I had like a dozen of them that now I couldn't use because they just didn't fit in the Sony camera, so I didn't really have a use for them. But the thought occurred to me that some of the external monitors you can get allow you to use different batteries to power them. You can get interchangeable adapters for like the V-mount batteries or Sony L batteries or the Canon LP-E6 batteries that I had so many of. So I went on Amazon and I found one that had a DC output cable. When I originally got this, it had a couple of little wings that came off with screw holes so you could actually attach it to the monitor. I just cut those off and filed this down really quick so it's not sharp, and then attached a bunch of Velcro to the back. And what this allows me to do then is I can take it and put it on the top of this cage, which also has Velcro. That's how I've been attaching everything. And it seems to be really solid. You just set that in there and then plug it in to the dummy battery, the AC adapter, and now I'm able to power my camera with my Canon batteries. Just slide that right in there like a normal adapter would. Turn the camera on, and it powers right up. So this whole setup, the adapter for the Canon batteries, then running down to the AC adapter into the camera, those two pieces of gear cost a total of like, I think $40. So just for $40 and a little bit of Velcro, I'm able to use all these batteries that I had, and I let the camera run recording using one of these batteries just to see if it actually would give me extra run time, and it did. I let it run recording for about an hour and a half and only used up about a half of the battery. So I could potentially, if it's reading the percentage remaining correctly, I could potentially have 2 to 3 hours of runtime from one Canon battery. So I think that's amazing. I get to use all my batteries. So I hope this video helps you out. Links to all the things that I bought are down in the description, and have fun shooting.